Mini episode 1582 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge Mini Episode 1582. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our preview of Your Honor Episode 2.4. Here's our top 5 notes of interest heading into the second season's 4th episode. Number 5. We got some unanswered questions answered. The Baxters do know about Fia's baby, and the writers actually had the gall to insinuate that was never in question. The tug-of-war between Fia and Gina concerns the baby's baptism, and ironically, it's the agnostic at best Michael who's pushing Fia towards listening to her mom on this one. Not that the Baxters will give him any slack for that, though. Plus, we now know that the Baxters don't consider Michael's debt to them paid off, as this week's coming attractions prove, although some of that may have to do with Michael subtly taunting Rocco about double jeopardy. But one important question seemingly remains unanswered. Number 4. Doesn't Fia know that Adam killed her brother? How can this possibly be? There is still no indication that Fia has this critical information. Again, even if the Baxters wanted to shield her from this harsh reality, it had to be all over the news anyway. Michael lost his job and went to prison expressly for covering up what his son did. Glossing over this is a Grand Canyon-sized plot hole. Number 3. The tug-of-war with Olivia and Michael continues. To the Federale's frustration, Michael remains extremely reluctant to go along with her plan, whatever the specifics may be. He did mislead Charlie as she wanted, though, so he's wisely not double-crossing the person who can send his best friend to jail. How many episodes can this back and forth go on, or will Michael be fighting her all season long? Number 2. The Desire Gang is now officially screwed. The drug deal got blown up, and the money that Big Mo needed is now in the hands of a scared and hiding Eugene. This money, of course, is critical to Big Mo's hopes of landing her nightclub, providing Gina a chance for revenge by blowing up the deal. Of course, the Baxters are close to getting their own deal blown up. Number 1. The Iron Triangle of this season has materialized, with Michael, Jimmy, and Charlie now intertwined with one another. Prior to this point, only Michael and Charlie had talked, but now Charlie is seeking more assurances of what Michael has said about the Kofi Jones cover-up, now that Jimmy is liable to come after him for vetoing initial approval of the Baxter District project. And Jimmy and Michael have now come face to face. First when Michael confessed how the cover-up started, and then when they both visited their grandson at the same time. When it dawns on Jimmy that Michael is Charlie's best friend, you just know that he's going to try to use that for leverage. And with Olivia stirring the pot about these three behind the scenes, using Michael to take down Jimmy while dangling Charlie's freedom as her own leverage, this is where the plot really thickens. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.